Hey folks, I'm a little tired of skiing all day. I don't know about you guys, but I took a nap. So let me just walk you through real quick, Unified. So a little background on us. Based in New York City, have offices in San Francisco and Chicago. We've been in stealth mode from most of 2011 and been in market for about 2 years. And in that 2-year span, we have successfully onboarded Microsoft, Lenovo, Toyota, Kraft onto this technology, and a few others. We've got about 500 customers on this software now. So let me walk you through it. So a little history. We've raised about 11.5 in our Series A. It was mostly funded initially by the founders. This is our third company together. Management team has worked together for about 10 years. We've about 77 employees now, 30 of them in R&D, and as of just a couple days ago, I think we're now up to 35 in R&D. Got a couple PhDs and a handful of data scientists in that group. Essentially what we're solving for and the market we're going after is the content marketing space and the native advertising space. About a $44 billion market, total addressable. And our thesis is that there's a connected economy happening right now. The connected economy is everyone connected on your wireless phones or connected on smart devices, everybody using some sort of social network as they communicate with each other. And what we've been able to create is a programmatic capability of delivering marketing messages into the news feeds of these each person's mobile phones or desktop connections. And we do that through some artificial intelligence and some programmatic buying. And what we also have, so the way that we kind of see the world is we kind of see it as a news feed. And we think everybody is moving to news feed. In fact, we believe the US is actually behind the times compared to some other countries. But if you think about the news feed, we know that Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, they all have them. They're all going to evolve to them. They're all going to end up monetizing those news feeds. They've got to bring returns to their shareholders. What we've been able to do is create programmatic capabilities to deliver messages that are sponsored within these news feeds through one centralized system. So real-time marketing solutions in the social space, providing real-time access to social data management for the connected economy. That's the problem we're solving. What we've been able to do is create what we call private marketing clouds. These private marketing clouds give companies like Microsoft the ability to create a private network to where they can actually control the content creation, their advertising budgets, and the distribution within these social networks through one simple system of record. It gives them one centralized dashboard, real-time intelligence, and what we consider kind of a new category called SSR. It's our system of record platform that we're creating. We sell to the CMO. We also sell to their global agencies. Big market in the CMO space. We know that they're all spending quite a bit of money, but not most CMOs are not technologists. Typically, most CMOs are partnered with some sort of CIO or they're becoming chief digital officers in themselves. Gartner's reporting that they're going to spend more than CIOs over the next few years. I think with the combination of CMOs and CIOs coming together and creating digital officers, I would believe that. The other thing is that we recognize that social marketing is obviously a very big market for us. Estimated to be about $11 billion in ad spend, and we also know that the youth market or the actual adoption of social is growing, outpacing every other channel there is. So we believe that if we're early in this space, since we are, that we can own this space and be the leader in this SSR category. So what is an SSR? An SSR is really the aggregation of all social data, everything that's connected with a social context. So anything from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, we know that those three companies don't share data. That data is then aggregated into one centralized system and through the cloud. We're actually connecting paid content, paid media, organic content, and earned media all into one centralized cloud. And then we are defragmenting that data and pushing it out in dashboards to executives, buyers, and creative shops. So we can connect agencies with their brands and brands directly with their agencies seamlessly. So what is the unified social system of record? So in the early days of digital, you had to have DoubleClick to serve your ads. You had to have a DMP to serve your audience segmentations, like BlueKai, and you had to have Omniture to actually track the ability to report back to the CMOs of your performance of your advertising capabilities. In social, you no longer need those three fragmented solutions. You can actually use them all in one centralized platform. So this gives you an idea of just some of the success and the data that we actually house in our system today. And we are one of the only software companies with all 3 API connections into Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. The only other company that has that is Salesforce and Adobe. Shift as well, yeah. They have, so essentially what you're creating here is content, insights, and advertising. We actually deliver apps directly to role-based employees within the organization. So any company that actually has community management would get the community management apps. Anybody who actually has the buying capabilities would have the buying apps. And of course, any of the CMOs would actually have the intelligence apps, and that all is then centralized in one in one cloud. Covered with, they're speeding me up here. So business model, self-serve and supported. Those are the 2 ways we engage. It's all software in the cloud, easy to spin up, easy to permission, it's global. These are just some of our customers. We've been able to assemble these customers in about 24 months in the marketplace. All of those in the bottom are trial customers on our software. Those at the top are system of record customers. We just announced Lenovo this past week. Questions? Yeah.
Who are your competitors and what's the revenue model?
So it's software as a service is the revenue model. We compete against, primarily we can compete against anybody who's really building a marketing cloud. So you got folks that are trying to create, Adobe has acquired a number of companies to create a marketing cloud, Salesforce. You've got IBM now is kind of playing in that category, Oracle playing in that category, but it's truly in the marketing cloud space. The difference between their marketing cloud and what we're kind of focused on is purely social. They're kind of focused on a much broader scope of marketing, so they encompass digital, email, search, etc.
You charge your clients just a subscription fee, or like based on like ad spend?
It's both. We only charge based on net ad spend, or we charge you on a subscription fee.
So do you run the media buy through you? You recognize the media buy as revenue, and then?
No, we don't recognize the revenue. We only recognize the net revenue that we're entitled to. I can't say, but I can tell you that we are doubling year over year. Aggressively. I choose not to. I choose not to. I plead the 5th. Go ahead.
So if someone's already using Marketing Cloud with Salesforce or Oracle, you would be a substitute for them? Would you be doing something in addition to what they're doing in the Marketing Cloud itself?
That's a good question. So question was, do we actually rip and replace their legacy systems, or do we actually integrate? If it depends on what segment of the Marketing Cloud they're using. If they're using a publishing tool and they don't have true business intelligence on top of that publishing tool, they can use our BI capabilities. If they have only content publishing and no paid amplification, they can integrate their publishing into our paid amplification. So it's an open API, open integration.
Can you limit spend by platform? So you don't want to spend as much on LinkedIn, but you do want to spend more on Google.
Yeah, so we don't integrate with Google. So we only integrate with the social networks of size. So Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. We have YouTube, but it doesn't integrate as well as those 3 do. But the way that we actually manage is you can control all spend across any of those social networks, or you can actually set it to self-optimize. So we have some programmatic capabilities and some artificial intelligence that will allow you to set budgets based on certain goals or criteria.
And is it user persona based? So you're trying to build up a persona of the individual that has those social media platforms?
It's targeted based on users, yes. So it's first party data, so it is based on users of your targeting delivery, but the KPI or the goal that you may want to achieve through your campaign efforts may not be a user base. It could be down to a specific action, or it could be broader than that. It could actually become more of a, I'm trying to explain this in plain English, but I don't want to sound too advertising. You can actually, if you wanted to achieve a specific goal of maybe an integration, a download of an application on your mobile phone, and it's a broader set of targeting, you can target through the system and set that up. It doesn't have to be just by a specific user.
One more question. So where do you see the marketing automation platforms and CRM players in terms of your distribution strategy? Are they channel partners for you? Are they just people you integrate with?
So your large CRM solutions are integrated partners. So we already have an app inside of the Salesforce marketplace. So you can actually marry your Salesforce data into our system, and we can create custom segmentations. Your larger cloud players that are all kind of playing in this space, they're competitors. That's who we compete against. But the difference is we're an 80-man shop doing 100% building technology of this caliber, where they're kind of Frankensteining 7 companies together. Big difference.
The marketplace is extremely fragmented now, and there's a bunch of players doing different things. Like you guys sit probably on the far end where you do the buy-ins. How do you see everything being integrated? I know Salesforce is doing internal play. A lot of big guys like Axiom and data guys are working on creating this marketing cloud. How do you see this coming together?
So, I mean, I don't want to take up all the time, but we can talk afterwards. But how I see this industry happening is I think the big, so little background on myself and the founders. We all come from enterprise software, and then we all moved into digital media. So this isn't much of a big reach for us to kind of create this organization. But where we see kind of Salesforce and Adobe and Oracle kind of trying to create a market for themselves is really a very broad marketing scope of marketing technology, right? And ultimately tapping into some sort of data aggregation, hence the acquisition of Blue Kai. Where I think that those companies are actually kind of missing the boat a little bit is none of them are moving to where the dollars are moving today. The dollars are moving into paid, and the only way that marketers can get their messages heard is if they're sponsoring content. If you look at any of those solutions, they're all missing a paid component. We, in our company and a few others in the space, they've done a really good job in creating the ability of software around paid execution. So those companies are going to move into paid because then they can actually control the software for the CMO office plus the largest marketing budget in every enterprise, which is the paid piece. That's where I think it's going. Okay, I'm done. Thanks.